Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at what's going on around the city, around the state, around the country through headlines. We take a look at your thoughts and ideas about how to best connect with each other and with our city, Puerto Vallarta, as a community of English-speaking locals. I hope you had a great weekend. I had a fantastic weekend. Lots of things to report, good stuff. And of course, we have a bunch of headlines that I think, or I hope, you will find interesting. As always, we welcome everyone to the broadcast, and particularly those of you who are joining us for the first time live. If that is your case and would like a little bit of a welcome, just write the word new in your comment, and we'll be so very happy to welcome you to the cluster. If there's something on your mind that is really pressing and you would like to let us know about it, adding a capital letter Q, not Hugh, Q, at the beginning of your comment helps a great deal in finding your comment during the comment section. So let's get started. This is for your information primarily. Tribuna de la Bahía is reporting on a small park located next to the Rio Cuale at the intersection of Aquiles Cerdán and Aguacate in Colonia Emiliano Zapata. Apparently, the park was damaged during the reconstruction of the Insurgentes Street Bridge, and both the state and municipal authorities have failed to acknowledge this issue, or even better, to attempt to repair it. Hopefully, this will be addressed at some point, as it can be apparently difficult to walk through the area with all the debris, and we certainly don't want anybody to get injured there. According to the Secretary of Wellbeing's regional delegate, Ernesto Sanchez, and yes, we do have a Secretary of Wellbeing in Mexico. How funny is that? The delays and obstacles that have been preventing locals from getting the INAPAM or senior card have been resolved. Apparently, the issue had to do with two printers, card printers, one at La Lija and the other at the day center, have been repaired. These are the locations, La Lija and the Day Center in Colonia Aramara, in which one can obtain the card, which grants folks 60 years and older the ability to obtain discounts in medication, at shopping centers, for lab studies, for some kinds of taxes, and as we know very well, for bus tickets. So if you have been hoping to get your INAPAM card, apparently you can do that now without any delay. I should give it a go, as I definitely need one. Let's see. Seapal has announced that due to the ongoing work enhancing water pipes along Basilio Badillo, there will be some water shortages tomorrow in Colonia Emiliano Zapata, in El Centro, and also at Cinco de Diciembre from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., so take your showers early. In addition, Basilio Badillo apparently will be closed to vehicular traffic between Olas Altas and Ignacio Vallarta. So if you have to drive in the neighborhood, kindly keep this in mind so that you don't get caught up in traffic. This past weekend was the fourth weekend in which the city executes its so-called Transformation Saturdays program. The goal of the program being to fix up and clean up areas of the city that need it. This time around, it was the Pitillal area that benefited from the program, with workers and volunteers heading over there, both to the Pitillal Riverside Park and also to the downtown Pitillal area to fix a few things up. Samuel Miranda Soto, who represents the Pitillal Commerces, stated, and I got a kick out of this statement, "We are going to do a lot more work for the park, as it is a space where a lot of people enjoy themselves, locals, tourists, and even foreigners." Even foreigners go walking along the park. Who knew that even foreigners did that? I thought the wording was funny. Personally, I'm just happy that everybody or anybody has curiosity to go everywhere. But that's just me. Let's see. If you are wondering why cigarette packs are on display once again at local Oxxos, it is because the convenience store chain has won legal protection against the new anti-tobacco laws. This is not the only legal protection suit that we'll be hearing about. There was a deadline for local restaurants to join in a class action legal protection suit. We don't know how many actually joined, but chances are there's going to be a lot more resistance against the new anti-tobacco laws. A group of locals took to the streets once again this weekend to reject the new responsible vehicular verification initiative started by the state government last year, and one that is about to start implementing fines for those vehicles that do not comply. You may recall that the initiative was announced last year, and the government said, okay, we're not going to fine you just yet, but we're going to fine you starting, I think it's in March of this year. And of course, March is right around the corner. So this time around, a caravan of vehicles traveled from the maritime terminal and headed all the way to the Malecon, causing traffic delays. Governor Alfaro says that the initiative is to look after the environment, but some locals are simply not buying it. Last in our important news, but this is one that is close to our cluster. This morning, I heard from cluster member Sally Osuch, whose husband has been hospitalized here in Puerto Vallarta and is in dire need of B plus blood donations. If that fits your blood type and you're willing and able to donate, there is a post on our Facebook page, and I will, of course, reference that in the show notes today so that we can support Sally in this urgent matter. Of course, Sally, we are thinking of you. We are sending thoughts, prayers, and lots of good karma for a speedy recovery for your husband. Now, let's take a look at the weather forecast, and we will continue with more coffee and more headlines. Enjoy today's nice weather. The apocalypse is nigh. N-I-G-H. Isn't that a wonderful word? We don't use nigh enough, but I think it's a beautiful word. I should start using it more often, but that's just me. The temperature right now is 25 degrees. Humidity is at 40%. And our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is 77. That's lower than Saturday. Saturday, it was a little cool. It was a little warmer. So it's nice to start the week with nice, fresh temperatures out there. Our forecast for today says clear through the day with a high of 28 and a low of 18. Tomorrow, Tuesday, mostly cloudy through the day with a high of 30 and a low of 20. And Wednesday will be a partly cloudy day with a high of 30 and a low of 19. And now I have a couple of other headlines to share with you before we talk about a very, very eventful weekend. But first, Mexico has beat Canada in a world record for the largest grill in the world or grilling event involving 2,400 grillers and topping Canada's 2015 record that involved 916 grillers. And if you ask me, that's a shitload of meat tacos. Apparently, the challenge involved grilling during 5 minutes nonstop without leaving the grill. And this happened, I think, in the state of Sonora, which is one of Mexico states renowned for beef and cattle and what do you know? All I know is Mexico seems to be intent on winning all these food related records. I just hope that the food does not go to waste. Moving right along, I want to tell you a little bit about my weekend, if I may. It was absolutely eventful because, well, it all started for me on Friday. I received a wonderful invitation from local artist Douglas Simonson to attend an open house at his home here in Puerto Vallarta. And this was close to my heart because Douglas creates these gorgeous and very intimate portraits, mostly of men, but not exclusively. And this actually is close to my heart because way back when I was in my 30s living in Boston, I developed a liking and I started collecting homoerotic art images that I would find on the internet. And at the time, Douglas was living in Hawaii, and I used to love his very abstract but very beautiful take on the male figure. And not even 2 years ago, I found out that he had moved to Puerto Vallarta. So it was a pleasure to spend some time with him and learn a little bit more about his work. He is not represented by any galleries, but if you are curious to see the kind of work that he creates, I will be so very happy to leave his website in the show notes, which is the way through which he sells all, if not all, most of his work. Let me catch up with a quick cough. Thank you very much. We're going a mile a minute this morning. And of course, Saturday was the Joint Co-working Hotel event to benefit Rompe Art Festival, and I was there. It was a lot of fun. What a beautiful, well put together event. There was music, there was drinking, there was food. The drinking was courtesy of the wonderful Tony Mora of Vinos and Wine. He's a very well-known local purveyor of wine, and he has a new wine bar and tapas eatery in Colonia Versalles, which we visited not a long time ago. And of course, the food was prepared by the hotel's chef Izumi, and it was absolutely beautiful. There was beautiful art on the wall, all of which was available for on a silent auction. I was happy to see that my dear friends Eric and Tommy won a piece of work, a beautiful framed painting created by Sharo of Art Sharo. And having a conversation with her, I was able to learn that the festival is about empowering women, local women artists, and their mission is to go around city parks, transforming walls, and doing all kinds of beautification through art. I am hoping to connect with Sharo at some point during the week, or hopefully next week, to learn more about this festival so that we can find out more about how to support it and where these transformations are going to take place. And then, of course, yesterday was a very, very happening event at Teatro Vallarta, where the big finals for So You Think You Can Rise took place. This is a huge undertaking to benefit the Rise Orphanage, and there were a number of musical acts that competed for the top prize, and the winner was this amazing group of Veracruz-style traditional Mexican folkloric music. Their name is Raíces, and they were absolutely spectacular. I hope that we will be um, able to connect with them and find out where they're going to be playing after winning. I think it was 10,000 pesos, but then a donor doubled the winning price for them to 20,000 pesos. I was able to locate their Facebook page this morning, so I will be leaving it in the show notes so we can all learn more about this amazing local ensemble and where they are performing. Um, the event, hats off to the organizers. It's such a huge undertaking for anyone to try to fill Teatro Vallarta to begin with, all 900 and something seats of it. And the organizers of the event were able to do this. There was great entertainment, not only from the contestants, but also from local performers. Roy, who performs a great Freddie Mercury at the Palm, was there as co-host with Kim Kuzma. And if you've never heard Kim Kuzma sing, I just think I just love the way she glows when she's on stage. If you meet Kim Kuzma, particularly when she is in her real estate mode, because she's involved with a local real estate company. She works with Ryan Donner. She's so soft spoken and wonderful. But then, you point a light at her and you give her a microphone and you give her some music to sing, and she just lights up like a firecracker. It is absolutely wonderful to see. Um, and it's just so nice. It was a nice evening with great entertainment, and I know that there were a lot of people there. And again, it is for a wonderful cause. And this was my very eventful weekend. If you were there, I'm starting to see some comments of other people that were there as well. So let us jump over to our chit chat section just to see what you're up to, what your weekend was like, and what your plans are for this week. Starting with lots of good mornings, which are always wonderful to read. Good morning to everyone. Large protest yesterday. Yes, all around the country. There were legal protests against oh my God, I forgot to include the one about López Obrador and the goblins. I'll save that for tomorrow. I just ran out of time. But apparently our president has been seeing goblins, and the foreign press has caught up on this. I'll do that tomorrow. But yes, there were large protests all over the country against President López Obrador's proposed electoral reform. It's a little complicated to explain, but if you are curious to learn more about what that is all about, just write election in a comment by itself, and I'll be happy to try to translate the Mexican legalese and try to explain what this big protest is all about. Let's see. Mary announces that Tony and Mary will be in Puerto Vallarta in 2 days. Good for you. Let's see. Oh, and my God, and Linda is literally on the plane now to Puerto Vallarta. Excellent. Parum pam pim pam pum. Logan, who sat next to me last night at the Rice event, still buzzing from all the talent we were able to enjoy last night. Absolutely. How lucky are we? Boom pam pim pirim pim pim pirim pim 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 pim. Went to a sold-out Black History Month event at Mami Chula yesterday. Didn't realize that there were that many Black folks living here full-time. That's wonderful to know, and I'm glad the event is successful. Another counter. Linda says 47 days till we arrive to be with family and friends. That's wonderful. I saw Rita and her wife at the event last night. Fabulous first place winners. I am onto something, Rita, and that's all I'm going to say right now. Um, let's see. Harold reports from Bucerias, the president of Amigos de Bucerias Civil Association, has begun recruiting people for an adopt a street program to help to keep Bucerias streets clean. That is wonderful to know. Mateo, I am so sorry that we didn't get to spend more time when you were in Puerto Vallarta. I was all intent on getting together with you, but then that crazy cold took the best of me. But I suppose you're happy again in Mexico City, and I'm glad you were able to pick up your senior card this morning. I should go looking for mine. Let's see. There are at least 1, 2, 3 people, 4 people, 5 people that want to know more about the election reform. Okay, I'll do my best that to explain the issue that is going on between President López Obrador and Mexico's Supreme Court. Court. Guda, hello Guda. It was great to run into you in the restroom last night, as dirty as that sounds. So sad the caca water has been on Lower Basilio for weeks. Feel sorry for the restaurants like Fajita Grill who have to deal with the smell. I totally hear you. Personally, I don't understand why it's taking so long for Seapal to do all the work that they're doing, but one can only hope that it is for the benefit, the long-term benefit of that area in the city. Brian gets snarky. I love it. Erect. No, not erection. Election. Okay, I see I have some homework aside for myself for today and maybe tomorrow to try to explain this whole thing about the electoral reform. And yes, Albert, President López Obrador in his goblet not only made the newspapers in the United States, I got it from The Guardian in England. So, we know that President López Obrador has very strong beliefs in mystical Mayan things. But one thing is to have your own beliefs, and one thing is to post a photograph of a goblin or a mystical figure in your Twitter account. Probably not the best idea, but that's what happened. Maybe his Twitter account got hacked. What do I know? We will talk about this a little bit more in detail tomorrow. But our time is up for today, or rather, our news and your comments are done for the day. So have a great beginning of a week. We will be coming back tomorrow morning, as always, with more coffee, more headlines, and hopefully more connections for all of us to benefit from. So have an awesome day. Stay kind, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, and stay in touch.